From the UpCo Studios in Oklahoma City, it's signing day 2014, and I'm joined here in studio by Jacob Unruh, high school sports writer. And Jacob, you've been around today to a couple different spots, and we want to talk about that in a second, but we've sort of got some breaking news that we need to update as well. DeAndre Clark, the big-time commitment from Douglas High School, looks like he won't be signing today. What do we know at this point about DeAndre?
With Oklahoma City schools being canceled, it looks like he's going to postpone his signing until tomorrow. But there is that chance he could still sign the letter of intent, and then at that point it's going to be up to either LSU or OU or some other school possibly to announce the decision of where he's at. But it looks like it could be another day. But the fear now would be the weather is supposed to be worse overnight and tomorrow. And so what happens then if Oklahoma City has to cancel school again tomorrow?
Right, yeah, a lot of guesswork at this point about DeAndre Clark. It sounds like his coach, Willis Alexander, isn't sure if he'll sign and send that letter in and then do just a sort of a for-show signing with the rest of his teammates at a time to be determined in the future. They've rescheduled that signing for Thursday at 2 p.m., but again, we're a little up in the air on all this, so anything could happen at this point, I guess.
Yeah, you never know, especially the way DeAndre feels right now. I think he may not even know where he's going yet at this point. He could still be a little torn, and rightfully so. I mean, he's got two great decisions there in front of him, and he visited Arizona State over the weekend. So there could be a lot of factors going into this besides just the weather. And
the way his recruitment's gone, it's sort of been drama-filled anyway. You kind of think, of course it would go overtime. That's the way his whole recruitment has gone. Maybe it's just it's supposed to be this way. I don't know. But I mentioned that you've already been out at one signing. You've got a couple more to go to. Who have you seen so far today?
I was at Emmett Memorial this morning, and I saw Jordan Weltheimer sign with Air Force. He's the third Bulldog in 4 years to go to the academy. Kind of turned into a pipeline for him, and he was real excited, even though you couldn't really tell. He's kind of a stoic kind of kid, and big kid, long red hair and beard. He's going to have to shave it, and he said he didn't mind shaving it at all, and I found it hard to believe because apparently he's had it for 4 years that way. And they had Ashton Antwine, who we thought could have ended up Division I, ended up going to NEO. And they've got some other kids, Justin Marche, who is a really good punter and kicker, is going to Emporia State, and they had a couple soccer kids signing and different things like that. It was a pretty good deal out there at Memorial.
You see an Air Force signee this morning. You're about to go see an Ivy League signee yet today in Jacob Lewis over at McGinnis. It's one of those days that kids are going all over the country, and for a lot of different reasons. It's always kind of cool that way.
Yeah, Jacob's always been looking at the academic side of it. He had the service academies after, but I think he's more of an academic kind of kid. He's a true dual threat quarterback too, and I think Princeton's getting a really good athlete out of him.
Okay, lastly, you got to give us a little spin ahead because you and Scott Wright, our other high school writer, are working on our next Super 30 for 2015 because we can't wait for next signing day. When can we expect that, and can you foreshadow anything for us?
I think it'll be pretty close this weekend when we'll have that ready, and I think you've got to look at a kid like Jalen Barnett in Lawton, who's the top-rated offensive lineman in the country by a lot of services, and you got Joshua Boko Alali out at Cassidy, he's an OU commitment, another lineman, and Marquise Overton at Jinx, and Will Sunderland at Midwest City. There's already another good class waiting in the wings to follow this excellent class we've had this year.
Well, we know you'll be covering that as well, Scott will, and we'll have all your coverage at newsok.com and every morning in the Oklahoman.